all of our fans back home. Our thoughts, our prayers, our love goes out to all those affected by last night's shooting in Colorado Springs. Another senseless mass shooting. I believe that's our 34th mass shooting this year in our country, which eclipses 2019. But more importantly, back in our state, for me, coaches, players, our entire organization, just heartfelt condolences to all those affected, those that were killed, those that were injured, and those that had to suffer through that trauma last night. So just wanted to start off with that because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention that.
Obviously, there's no easy way to segue into that. Fine, you acknowledge that. Where do you begin after that one?
Proud, man. Really, really proud. Down 3 starters. This team blitzed us by 28 points 2 nights ago. Jeff Green, who's filling in as a starter, he gets hurt, we lose him. But there was never any quit. There was never any panic. There was just fight, resiliency. And that's where I say I'm just so proud of our group because every reason in the world just to kind of say, okay, let's go home and get ready for Detroit and feel sorry for ourselves. And again, I don't buy or believe in self-pity, and our players don't either. I thought DeAndre Jordan was tremendous tonight. 17 rebounds, his energy, his leadership. I felt Bones Highland off the bench. 29 points, but 6 assists, only 1 turnover. Didn't fight the double team, got off the ball. Michael Porter made a huge 3 late in the game. Just everybody that played tonight contributed to the win. So just a tremendous amount of pride, for a gutsy win for us tonight.
Even Vlatko?
Well, I tell you, man, like you're gonna laugh at this. That we call him half-court Vlatko. That's why I put him in. When the referees told us that Luka's 3 didn't count, and then we're gonna put 2 seconds on the clock, I said, well, Vlatko's got to go in. We're going to give him a chance to shoot it. The guy is uncanny with his ability to make those shots. And for him to do it in a game setting like tonight, I really felt that changed the game. It's a 6-point swing because they took away Luka's 3. We make a 3. And then I felt in that third quarter was our best quarter. Held him to 18 points, 33% from the field. So, Vlatko, that's a Bud Light player of the game in my eyes.
Coach, in terms of game plan execution, this game compared to the last game, what was the difference in the focus and then what you guys were able to do and hold them out?
Yeah, I mean, it's night and day. It was really night and day. Was it perfect? No, not by any means, Katie, but I just mentioned that to our players. I appreciate and thank them for their buy-in and commitment, for staying with it. You lose by 28. It's my job as a coach, it's our job as a staff to present something to them that they can buy into and believe and go out there and execute. And when we watched film today, it was reinforcing a lot of the positives we did. We just didn't do it long enough in game 1. This is a playoff series. This is what you do in playoffs. You go from game 1 to game 2, you make the adjustments, and to hold that team to 97 points, 44 from the field. We said going in, let's try to make Josh Green beat us. He almost did. Give that young man credit. He shot the lights out, but 2 nights ago, they had 64 in that paint. Tonight, 34. 2 nights ago, they made 22 free throws. Tonight, they made 12. And I just felt Luka felt us a lot more tonight than he did the other night. And, that's where you just love players going out there and committing to the game plan and doing it with energy, effort, and discipline.
You mentioned DeAndre, and obviously huge night on the boards, but can you take us inside some of those leadership moments in the huddles and maybe off the court that he has the impact that he has?
For a first-year player with us, I think he had the respect of our entire team from day one when he got to Denver back in September. And from then to training camp to preseason to tonight's game in Denver, Katie, he's vocal. People listen to him. He's always preaching the right things. He's talking about our defense and being tougher and being more aggressive. The other night we were down big. We're down 20. He goes, hey, let's cut it to 10. Just a constant voice. And when you have players that have been in the league as long as DJ has, preaching that's really so valuable to a team with a lot of young players that are impacted by positive leadership. So thankful that DeAndre is here, and not just for the on-court, but also the intangibles, the leadership, being vocal, and helping guide this team with so many guys out, to a hell of a win, one of our best wins in a while.
I think career high 29 for Bones. Can you speak to his gamesmanship? And he seems like a no contact scorer, like a microwave scorer. But I know we don't,
Yeah, I mean, as you say that, I'm thinking about some of his buckets tonight. He had maybe his best move of the night. He drives, gets deep into the paint, pulls a Steph Curry, hits the brakes. JaVale McGee goes flying by, reverse pivot, layup. We run a play out of a timeout, a small slip. They both go with the slip. He knocks down a 30-plus three-point shot. 10 for 21. It was efficient. You know what I mean? It wasn't a 29-point night on just bad shots. He was in a win, close game in a win. He was carrying us offensively. And as I mentioned before, 6 assists, only 1 turnover is a phenomenal number as well. So I thought D. Reed, Vlatko, everybody that came in the game, Christian, all gave us positive minutes, man. So that team was in the Western Conference Finals, down 3 starters, lose Jeff at halftime. It doesn't get much better than that.
Coach, can you compare this game to the Magnificent Seven game at all, and that kind of impact on the road?
Yeah, it crossed my mind. I think the one thing that's a little different is that night we literally only had 7 bodies. We had more bodies tonight. But if you just added up the number of points, rebounds, assists, usage that we were missing tonight, and to beat that team on the road, it's a hell of a win. I can't remember many games where I felt this proud of a group of young men for just fighting and competing and staying with it and not giving in to when they went on a run, not giving in to the crowd. And obviously, the last play, they got it into Luka. We told Zeke to go and hit him. He went. Luka, obviously, every time he shoots it, you think it might go in. And thank goodness it didn't. And, we're able to go home feeling pretty good about ourselves.
Do you have any update on Jeff?
No, I got to get with Steve Short and our training staff. I talked to him at halftime, talked to him after the game, gave him a hug. DJ said Jeff Green's out, Nuggets roll. So Jeff Green smiled with that, so I think he's in a decent mood. But as far as what the injury is and the severity of it, right now I don't want to speculate because I'm not really aware of the details, Mike.
I just have one more follow-up on Bones. He had mentioned to me that he stayed in his hotel room all day yesterday and was watching film. And did you challenge him the way that they defended him in that first game to be different in this game in his approach?
Well, we just talked about understand how you're being guarded. And, he took one shot, and he owns it. They switched. JaVale McGee was on him. He drove the baseline. JaVale McGee was on. They sent Christian Wood at him in the deep corner in front of their bench, and he shot the ball with 2 7-footers on him. And, and it's not a malicious thing. It's not like screw my teammates. It's never that. That's not in Bones' nature or DNA. It's I've got a big heart. I got a big chip on my shoulder. I can make this shot. But the understanding of it's not about can I make this shot. It's about can I make the right play. And that's what I felt in game 1. He kind of forced things when he was double teamed. Hey, you've done your job. Once you draw two defenders, you've done your job, get off of it. And for him to get 6 assists tonight and only 1 turnover, that's a sign of growth from Friday night to Sunday night. And as a second-year player who has a just tremendous upside, that's really encouraging and exciting at the same time.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, everybody.